Welcome to round 5, or basically round 1 for me, which is 250 East Detroit Supercross. This is one of my first qualifying laps. The lap that would have got me, I think this was a 47.8, which was a couple tenths behind Neon. Man, okay, while we're doing this lap, this track is really difficult. I mean, it's like easy on a 250, but you kind of have to check up a lot, and there's not a lot of the big lines that go really fast you can't do on a 250. So in qualifying, it was a lot of kind of trial and error and what worked and what didn't work. But like I said, this is just the my first, kind of fast lap. The next lap you're gonna see is my actual qualifying lap that qualified me fourth. But the guy that qualified first, I guess he got banned. I don't really know why. I think it was somebody that was previously banned and then joined under a new name. But I thought it was interesting. I actually didn't quad over that little table right there on this qualifying lap. And actually, I found later in the race when Baited was behind me that tripling over that table and singling into the corner was like just as fast. But this was a 47.6, and boys, this had me feeling really good. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit stressed. I dropped down to 250s. I'm gonna be able to make every 250 East round, but I only really had like 4 or 5 days on the 250. I mean, it's not that big of a difference. I have a bajillion hours in the game, so it's not like, it's not like I was gonna struggle too much, but I really wasn't sure where I would stack up. So to come out 4th, I felt pretty good, I mean, that was really surprising. That's the best I've ever qualified ever. Like ever, in any race ever. So, and you can see there's my 47.6. All right, well, here's where things get weird. As the title says, I won a heat race, but the thumbnail says I got robbed. Well, we actually ran 4 heat races for whatever reason. They were having some MXB issues, or Ariel was having issues, and this was the heat race that we all thought counted. And well, boys, I'm not really gonna show much footage, because really right after this, this was it. I got a really good start, and I get around Fritas here, and I kind of just check out, to be honest. And towards the end of the moto, I got a little bit of pressure from Finn, but I think he ended up making a mistake, and this was pretty much the entire race was just me out front. And so I won this race, and I was feeling really good, boys. I could tell I was clearly not the fastest person on the track. Finn is definitely faster than me, that's no surprise, and Finn was definitely faster than me in this race. I mean, he was probably 0.5 to 0.7 a lap faster, because I was just doing safe lines. I knew that the safe lines were about 0.5, 0.7 slower, but they were consistent, and I knew that if I just hit them every single round, every single lap, I would be good. And I did make a couple mistakes, but I ended up winning a heat race. That's my first win ever in a pro aerial series. But then this is where everything got weird. They decided to not let it count. They had some issues. They couldn't get everything figured out. They couldn't sort the LCQs out. So we had to do a 4th heat race. And this was the final heat race. As you can see, I got a great start. My 250 starts are really good. I got absolutely punted around like crazy, and then yeah, somehow we came out in 2nd. I don't know. That was probably the luckiest start I've ever had in an aerial race, but I was feeling really good. And look at Baited here. I'm gonna just keep it a stag. Baited was absolutely barking. This whole race, you could see me and Baited swap positions maybe, I think 3 or 4 times or something. And it was honestly some of the most fun racing I had ever had, because, I mean, I've never raced at a top level like this, 4 wins, I mean, I think the best I've ever done was last year's Supercross in Glendale. I think I got 9th in one of the motos for Triple Crown, and I think I ended up getting 14th overall. So for me to come out, qualify 4th or 3rd, however you want to look at it, and then win a heat race. Okay, so we did 4 heat races, right? The first heat race, I got 2nd. The second one, which is the one you just saw, I got 1st. And then the third one, I got 3rd, and then you'll see this one, I do pretty good as well. All right, so I get around Baited there. He made a little mistake. I capitalized on that, and I'm out in the lead again. I'm feeling good, baby. We're like, whoa, you know, we're leading. I think I led every single one of the heat races too. You know, we're feeling good, making a little mistakes, but mostly vibing, you know, mostly feeling pretty good. And as you'll see right here, I think I look behind me, maybe it's this lap or the next lap, Baited, oh yeah, right there. So I was quite a bit ahead of Baited. Oh, I made a little mistake, and then you watch, Baited gets around me. But Baited was tripling over that table, and that was allowing him to close up on me like crazy. I just continued to compound my mistakes. There goes Valentin Lede, and then he goes off the course to RIP Valentin, we love him. And then now I'm sitting in P2, and that's Finn. I think that's Finn behind me. So I knew, honestly, at this point, like I knew that, like, man, I'm definitely making it through the heats, you know. So if I make little mistakes, let's just try not to go down. That's why I didn't force that inside there. Then there goes Finn around, and I knew, like, I'm not really gonna hold up Finn too long. I don't really think he would take me out because Finn is a W, but at the same time, like, you know, I'm just not trying to force it. But then you can see Finn and Baited get a little spicy here. Finn gets in the back of Baited and he goes down. That's tragic. So that puts me back up into P2, took a little bit of pressure off. Now I'm locked in behind Baited here. And this section, for whatever reason, I was actually much faster than everybody through that section. As you'll see later on in this video too, I even am closing up on Finn quite a bit. Everyone is making a lot of mistakes in that last rhythm there. I guess that would be the first rhythm. And then, oh man, my whoop speed. I was actually choosing to go down the left side of the whoops because the right side of the whoops is certainly easier and they're smaller and you can go faster. But I found that if I just got a really good drive out of the corner and went to the left side, I was able to stay on top of them and didn't have to hop through, which on the right side, I noticed the guys were kind of hopping through a little bit. So I was like, well, if I just stay on the left side when they start to hop, I'll just continue my drive and maybe I'll be able to pass them like I did Fritas in that first race. So as you see, Baited makes another mistake. Then, oh my goodness. Okay, I get a little, I don't really know. I think this was kind of a little racing incident there. I did not mean to jump into the side of him. I don't think he meant to jump into the side of me either. I did apologize at the end and he said it's all good. So like, that's not my bad. That's my bad, I guess. I watching it back, I did drift a little bit wide to the right, but that's on me. My bad. All right, we're back in the lead, baby. We're barking. I was feeling really good. I was just feeling really consistent on this track. Like, clearly I was not the fastest guy, but like the lines I was choosing and just my corner speed and everything, I was really locked in yesterday. But you know, I want to talk about, here's where we got robbed. All right, here's where things are said. First of all, my win didn't count. And then we got the second place here in this heat race. I just kind of spoiled it for you. We'll end it, but you'll have to watch. But what happens is we do 4 heat races, and then we ended up waiting like 2 hours, and then they ended up just canceling the main event. So I didn't even get to race the main. I honestly really felt like I had a win in me yesterday. I really did. Oh my gosh, made a couple little mistakes, have to roll that. There goes Finnington. I really did feel like if I got a good start and Finn and Neon, because Neon was flying, got really bad starts or just mid-pack starts, this track is really hard to pass on unless you make a mistake like that. I really thought I could have a win. What they did is they ended up canceling the race. I honestly don't even know why. We kind of waited around for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then they said, well, yeah, I guess there's something wrong. We'll have to move the race to Saturday, is what they said at first. And I was like, no, please, no, because today is Saturday. I'm recording this on Saturday, and I have some things to do. Basically, as soon as I'm done recording this, I have people coming over, and we're having like a little party thing. And so like, I can't be racing, man. But luckily, they decided to move it to Monday. And while, I mean, that's okay. I don't really have any time to play today. And Sundays, I don't do anything on the computer at all because it's family day, it's the Sabbath. I like to try to take the day off and just spend time with the Lord, spend time with my family. And so then we're back to it Monday when I know all these little gremlins are just gonna be grinding all weekend. And so, yeah, I'm not really sure how I'll do Monday, but this is really encouraging for me. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling really, really good. And there was a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people in my ear saying like, Doc, like, you could do really well this season, 250 East, and like there's you know, like I think you have a chance at podium as far as on the chip, and maybe even a couple wins, or maybe even like if people have some bad games, like and you're consistent, like maybe you could get it done in the championship. And I don't know, I was a little stressed out about all that. Like, come on, man, like I haven't done any better than like a 13th or 14th or something, and you know, I kind of believe it, man. I think we could do good. I'm shooting for, I would like to go like top 5, top 3 for the championship. I really do think that that's possible. I don't really know outside of that. Like, I mean, I obviously have to be consistent, but like, man, it's really cool to be in it. You know, this is something that I've really wanted to be, just because I want to race, you know, like I want to be competitive and I want to race. I want people to put a little bit of respect on my name too, you know what I mean? But like also, it's just fun to be a part of racing like this, you know. Also, look at this, 1.6 back on Finn. Come on, baby. We was barking. He did make some mistakes, but anyway, that's all for me, boys. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and hopefully we can get it done on Monday, and you'll definitely be seeing a video of that. Peace. I love you.